It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. All that and more coming up next.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
The punter, Jack Fox, to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
They get 40 on the big hitter. And that'll be good for a Washington first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Daniels from the pistol. Cut by Deebo Samuel. And they get this down to the 28.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 28. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Commanders getting their first red zone look. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Robinson has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Now Daniels to throw. Has it in close. And he's tackled for no gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And he runs Fires it across. Touchdown! The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Greg Reynolds to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills. And it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league. Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. They go play action with Goff. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Excellent. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again, following the sack. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. From the gun, Goff. And that's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Off play action, Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Motioning Williams left. First down throw from Goff. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down. Throwing again, it's Goff. This throw is caught. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions finish off their opening drive. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game remains to be seen, Brock, but no doubt about it on that opening drive. He was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, Kate, I think it's twofold. Number one, this guy, you just know, you want to get that engine started because when it revs hot, big things happen for this offense. Number two, you felt like there were people there you could pick on defensively. In this defense, you better find some answers for this playmaker.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions start off well to tie things 7-7. Fox now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd down give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Lions will go on offense. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Goff on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. off to the air now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tried getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So they're left facing 3rd and long. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On 1st down, it's Goff. Hauled in left side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. Lions well within striking distance. Second and manageable. He's throwing. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
Still inches to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a second quarter lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Fox now to kick this one away. Starting at the 10. Finds some space, he's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That's Marcus Davenport with the tackle. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd and 8. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, Daniels. He'll get this to Samuel. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now Daniels off the play action. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's taken in by Samuel. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Again, Daniels to the air. Dumps it off to his running back. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Going for it, it's Eckler. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders tie things up at 14. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Khalif Raymond to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions offense returning to the field. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Tight end in motion left. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Juke the defender. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Williams coming in motion right. Here's 2nd and 11. Gets it quickly to St. Brown. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. And he's brought down for a loss.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. Starts his return from the 23. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Commanders will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. Terrion Arnold has it. And the Lions see their return stop just a little bit short of their own 30. Not a lot of arms in this league can deliver that throw from half the field away. Unfortunately, it goes right into the hands of the other team.
Yeah, not many today, Kate, and I would argue not many in the history of the game. It's a short list. I'll put Jeff George, John Elway, Jay Schrader had an absolute cannon. But you also got to have the smarts to know when to unleash a rope like that. Decision-making, not nearly as qualified as the pure arm talent on that throw.
The Lions getting ready to return to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down beyond the marker. So a 1st down for them as we've hit the 2-minute warning. From the gun, Goff finds Laporta. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing is gone. Catch is made in close. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Montgomery scores! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions get some late points and the lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Fox now to kick this one away. Has it at the 11. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Commanders head out now late in the first half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. In big plays on that side of the ball, well, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
A final throw before the break. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back to the start of our 3rd quarter. Reynolds with a return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. He's got room to roam here. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
First down throw from Goff. Laporta with the grab. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Off play action, Goff. This throw is cut. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Running on second with Montgomery. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Point after, up and good from Bates. And the Lions double their lead to 15. Fox now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 1. This return makes it up to the 25. The Commanders set to take over. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. This is ahead for about 5. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Aleem McNeil in on the tackle. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Another carry for Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Goff back to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Goff. Montgomery hauls this one in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
The Lions readying for the punt. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. Man, it'll be their football. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Robinson. We'll have him gain about a handful there. DJ Reed brings him down that time. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Staying with Robinson. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and just 2 to go. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He's on the move. He takes it himself. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Daniels. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a fair catch made here at the 17. No return on that punt. And the Lions will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. The Lions headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Connects with Montgomery. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. This is complete to Patrick. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Putting the tight end in motion. It's Montgomery on the counter. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Tackle made on the play by Dietrich Wise. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10 now. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Goff to the air now. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Montgomery. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and 8. St. Brown there to bring it in. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
No run here. It's Montgomery. Is in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions make it a 3-score game in the 4th. David Montgomery with the touchdown. And he is all smiles down there. He's got his 2nd rushing score this game, and they've got an even bigger lead in this 2nd half.
Well, we know it because we call these games week to week, Kate. Almost every single one of them seems to be a one-possession nail-biter. To build this kind of cushion and to do it with the strength of his legs, yeah, they're worthy of those smiles down there.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21. Fox now to kick this one away. This taken from the 12. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Daniels. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He lofts it deep left. He drops it. Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch. Now it's Terry McLaurin on the target. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, you can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Daniels from the pistol. He'll get this to Samuel. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Again, Daniels to the air. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He'll throw it yet again. Nabs along that sideline, Samuel. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Daniels on 1st down. He's got it at the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Lions ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. 1st down throw from Goff. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
Talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the gun, Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, it's Gibbs. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another one for Gibbs. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Again, it's Gibbs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Going to the ground again on first. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Montgomery now up the middle. And they take him down right along the 30. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. This will be a nice win for the Lions, who draw closer to it as they take a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. So the Lions get the win on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Lions, as with that, we sign off from D.C.